Good morning, and welcome to Creative Living Fellowship's pre-service meditation. My name is Elena Larner, and I will be guiding you in this meditation this morning. Meditation is a wonderful practice that allows you to calm yourself, expand, learn, feel, survive, and make your way through, all with just you and your breath and God. So really, it's what I'm going to talk, what we're going to do this morning is simply intentional breathing. We'll count 3 times to the count of 3, breathe into the count of 3, hold for the count of 3, let go for the count of 3. We'll do that 3 times. And then we'll just relax a little bit, allowing spirit to take control instead of us forcing our minds to do anything else. After that, you'll hear a little music. When that music ends, we'll go into the meditation period. When it's over, you'll hear the sound of a chime. And that will signal that the meditation is coming to an end. So now, if you'll close your eyes, sit up straight, tuck your chin in just a little bit so that your chakras are lined up from the top of your head to the tips of your toes. Breathe in, hold, breathe out. Breathe in, hold, breathe out. Last one, breathe in, hold, breathe out. And now starting with the top of your head, relax. Relax your scalp. We hold lots of tension in our scalps and the top of our head. So relax your scalp, relax your forehead. Relax your eyes and your cheeks. Relax your chin. Continue breathing at your normal speed now. Relax your throat, back of your head, your neck. Relax your shoulders, your upper arms. As you breathe in, relax your forearms, your wrists, your hands. Wrinkle your fingers, relax your fingers. Relax your chest. As you breathe, relax your belly. Relax your hips, your thighs, your knees. Relax your calves. Relax your ankles, your feet, your toes, and down into the earth. And take one full breath in now and allow relaxation to flow from the crown of your head all the way into the earth. Breathe in and let it all relax. And now we'll begin. The sound of the chime signals that this meditation period is coming to an end. So in this place, in this space, hold on to the peace that you achieved while meditating. Open your eyes slowly. Move your shoulders a little bit. Shake your fingers. And hold on to this consciousness for the rest of the day. You deserve it. The Sunday service will begin at 10 a.m. Thank you for joining us. Namaste.
Hey, Creative Living Fellowship. I'm in the Caribbean, so I thought this would be a great song. Put your hands together like this. Alright. If tomorrow was Judgment Day and I'm standing on the front line, and God asked me what I did with my life, I would say, spend it with y'all. Because your love is my love is your love. It would take an eternity to break us, and the trees upon the star couldn't hold us. Your love is my love is your love. It would take an eternity to break us, and the trees upon the star couldn't hold us. If I should die this very day, don't cry, 'cause we wasn't meant to stay. And no matter what people say, my God, I'll be waiting for you after the judgment day. Your love is my love, yes it is. y'all, it's alright, alright. Clap your hands, y'all, it's alright. Because your love is my love. My love, yes it is. It would take an eternity to break us, and the chains of our star couldn't hold us. Your love is my love, my love. It would take an eternity to break us, and the chains of our star couldn't hold us.
Thank you so much, Charity Lockhart. Good morning and welcome to the Creative Living Fellowship online Sunday service. My name is Fran Peck. I'm a practitioner here at CLF, and I will be serving as the Sunday service host today. Whether you're joining us on Zoom, our website, Facebook, or YouTube, it is my pleasure to welcome you here for this, our final CLF Sunday service. As usual, we ask you to please leave a comment and let us know you're here. Creative Living Fellowship is a religious science church, and we honor all paths that lead to truth. Our deep intention here is to be a community of love, care, and connection that opens hearts, expands consciousness, and transforms lives. And we do that through the principles and practices of the science of mind and spirit. The science of mind is a new thought, ancient wisdom teaching that provides us with tools for living our best possible lives. Our founder, Ernest Holmes, said that there is a power for good in the universe, and we can use it. Today, we're thrilled to welcome back favorite friend, Charity Lockhart, as our musical inspiration. It has always been a pleasure to have her with us. Practitioner Lori Murray is holding high watch for us today. This means that she is sitting in meditation and prayerful contemplation, holding a space for the perfect unfolding of this service. Thank you, Lori, for your service. Practitioner Elena Larner, who facilitated our pre-service meditation, is serving as a practitioner of the day. She will be bringing us the opening prayer. We will then have the centering moment, which is a time for centering and reflection. I invite you to participate in this centering moment by turning within and sensing into the words and music, and even singing along if you wish. After the centering moment, Elena will be back with the inspirational reading for today. Right now, here's Elena with our opening prayer.
So we'll just close our eyes and get settled. As we come together today, remembering and realizing that there is only one life, one power, one presence, one mind, one thing going on, one love, and that each and every one of us shares it equally. And today, I bless Reverend Sherry, knowing that right where she is today, she is receiving and sharing with us the message that's perfect for us, according to God's perfect plan for our day. And that she is a great channel through which this message comes to us. I bless as well each and every person who participates in this service today. And those people who have participated in the past, Reverend Jorge, Reverend Mary Jane, Fran, the office staff, Nicole and Deborah, the technical staff, for all those who are in the sound of my voice, or those who are beyond hearing my voice. Today's service is for each and every one of us. We all receive what we're here to receive. We share what we're here to share as part of God's perfect plan. I give thanks, understanding, and knowing that this is the truth. And I release this word saying, thank you, God. And so it is. Amen.
The world is a place of great love for all. The world is a place of great light for all. When all's said and done, we're all from the one. The world is a place of great peace. I am a place of great love for all. I am a place of great light for all. When all's said and done, we're all from the one. Oh, I am a place of great peace. You are a place of great love for all. You are a place of great light for all. When all's said and done, we're all from the one. Oh, you are a place of great peace. We are a place of great love for all. We are a place of great light for all. When all's said and done, we're all from the one. Oh, we are a place of great peace. The world is a place of great peace.
Today's reading is from 365 SOM, A Year of Daily Wisdom from Ernest Holmes. It's entitled, God's Presence in Me is Love. He hath made everything beautiful in his time. Ecclesiastes 3:11. The divine presence within me is everlasting love. The action of love is expressed in my world. God's wisdom holds me steady, and the peace of God fills me. I am his creation, understood, wanted, and cared for. From this infinite source, I give and receive love in my world. If petty emotions seem to trouble me, I immediately turn to the source within me of strength and peace. God in me does the loving, and I have no fear. Kindness and understanding are shown to me. I bless anyone who seems to disturb me. I know how to love those who are dear to me and love them more each day. I also know how to love those who disturb me. As our love grows, we grow as individuals. God in me is never troubled. Nothing can take love from me or keep it out of my heart. Love enters freely, and there is no restriction to it. I came into this world to love, and I am loving. I express my love for God, a boundless gratitude, because I live. God rejoices for me, because of and by means of me.
Think about it. There must be a higher love down in the heart or hidden in the stars of love. Without it, life is wasted time. Look inside of your heart and now look inside mine. Things look so bad everywhere. In this whole world, what is fair? We walk the line and try to see, falling behind in what could be. Oh, bring me a higher love. Bring me a higher love. Oh, bring me a higher love. Where's that higher love? I keep thinking of what's the time. We're just hanging on, facing our fear been standing out there alone, yearning, yelling, and it's real to me. There must be someone who feels for me. Things look so bad everywhere in this whole world. What is fair? We walk the line and try to see, falling behind in what could be. Oh, bring me a higher love. Bring me a higher love. Oh, bring me a higher love. Where's that higher love? I keep thinking of. Bring me a higher love. Bring me a higher love. Oh, bring me a higher love. Where's that higher love? I keep thinking of. I will wait for it. I'm not too late for it. No, no, until this I sing my song to cheer the night alone. I can light the night up with my soul on fire. I can make the sunshine from pure desire. Oh, let me feel that love on me. Oh, let me feel how strong it could be. Oh, no, 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 no. Bring me a higher love. Oh, bring me a higher love. Where that higher love I keep thinking of. Bring me a higher love. Oh, children. Bring me a higher love. Oh, bring me a higher love. Higher love. I keep thinking of. Oh, yeah. Bring me love, yeah. A higher love. Oh, bring me a higher love. Higher love. I keep thinking of. Yeah. Bring me a higher love.
Thank you so much, Charity Lockhart. So good to have you here with us on this, our final Sunday service for the Creative Living Fellowship. And Charity Lockhart has been with us for since I've been here as a senior minister. She's been with us for all of our holiday services, providing our music, and we really love having her with us. So thank you, Charity, for being with us today. And good morning, everyone. Good morning to all of you. And let's take a deep breath together. There's a lot going on, as you've heard said here this morning, that today is our last Sunday service for Creative Living Fellowship. And I'm sure there are a lot of mixed feelings, a lot of deep feelings, sadness, happiness, celebratory feelings, whatever. We are here and we are all in that place of love. And that's what we're talking about this month. But let me just tell you a little bit about Creative Living Fellowship, just historically. It started in April 24th, 1995, when they had their first meeting. There were 17 people in a small location. And it was the idea of Reverend Mary Jane Hyde, is my understanding, who is a practitioner here and a board member here. And it was founded by the founding ministers. I'm sorry, I'm kind of stumbling right this minute. Let me just take a breath. If you take a breath with me. The founding ministers were Doctors Leonard and Teddy Minks. And the first minister here, the first senior minister here, was Reverend Michelle Whittington. And she was a minister for 22 years. Her husband, Reverend Lonnie Whittington, was also a minister here. He was the first in the first practitioner class. And so there's a long history here. So many people have been here for so long, ever since this church started. And so for it to be ending today is bittersweet. And I know that Creative Living Fellowship is a divine idea in the mind of God. It has always been a divine idea in the mind of God. It continues to be. And so this is how God's idea of itself as Creative Living Fellowship continues to unfold on this moment. So I'm glad that all of you are here with us today. The major tenet, one of the major tenets of Creative Living Fellowship's founding was love. Love. They wanted to make sure that everyone who walked through that door was greeted with love. And that was different from a place that they had been before, as in my understanding. And so they wanted to make sure that everyone coming through the door was greeted with love. When I came here, the way that first-time visitors were greeted by all the congregation was, whoever you are, wherever you've been, whatever brings you through our door today, we welcome you here into our hearts. Whoever you are, wherever you've been, whatever brought you through our doors today, we welcome you here into our hearts. And when I first came to CLF, that was just really, really powerful for me. And I heard so many other people say that they felt so welcome, they felt so loved, they felt so accepted, just having everyone turn and raise their hands to them and welcome them. Whoever you are, wherever you've been, whatever brought you through our doors today, we welcome you here into our hearts. And that's how love was expressed from the first time someone came into CLF. And so this month we're talking about, the theme for the month is Dare to Love Your Life. Dare to Love Your Life. And my topic today is the transformation in radical love. Sometimes I don't always remember what the topic is. Thank you, Nicole. Dare to Love Your Life is the theme, and the topic is the transformation in radical love. And radical love is love that's unconditional love, love that's different. Radical means different. It means something that's changed, something that's not usual. And so when you think of radical love, it's the love that is just like agape love. It's unconditional. There are no strings attached. There's no expectation of reciprocity. There's nothing that has to be earned. It's just love itself. Like God's love. God's love is radical love. God is love itself. And God's love is radical love because there's no expectation of return. There's no expectation of reciprocity. There's no requirement. It's just unconditional love, just being that love itself. And so when I start to think about CLF and how it got started and the tenet of love and making sure that everyone was welcomed in love, I think that is really an important thing. And it's really, really heartwarming to me because sometimes when the topics and the themes for the month come up, I don't always know exactly what that means when I get those themes and topics. But it's perfect that we're talking about love today and this month. Dare to love your life. We can dare to love our lives when we can practice radical love, when we can practice that kind of love that God has for each one of us, that God is itself. And I failed to mention Reverend Lonnie Whittington, I think, who was a minister here, Reverend Michelle's husband, who was a minister here for many years, as I say, if I didn't mention him. And I've heard him described as love personified, because he was loved by so many people and he loved so many people and gave love so freely in so many ways. And so it's just important that we just remember today. It's important that we be in that place of love and that place of the heart, of that place of if anyone's having a heavy heart because of the closing, just being in that place of love, being around people who love you, being around people you love, being in that energy of CLF, whether you're online or whether you're in person or whatever the case may be, just being in that energy of love and just knowing that the love of God is always right where we are. The love of God is always at the very center of everything. The love of God is always available to us. The love of God always is available for us to express and to experience. And that's our purpose for being here, is to experience the love of God, to express the love of God. And so that's what I'm asking us to do today, to just really be willing to let go of anything that we've been holding, anything that's been blocking, anything that any feelings that are blocking you from experiencing and expressing that love of God as a result of this incarnation of Creative Living Fellowship coming to an end, coming to a close. As I said before, CLF has always been a divine idea in the mind of God, and it continues to be a divine idea in the mind of God. And it continues to unfold as God sees itself as Creative Living Fellowship. And what we have to do is to not be attached to what that looks like, not be attached to what that looks like. And so I'm inviting us all to just take a breath, have open hearts, open minds, and just allow ourselves to be guided, allow ourselves to be directed, and know that the beauty of an ending is that it's the first step of a new beginning. The beauty of an ending is that it's the first step of a new beginning. And so we're on that path of new beginning right here and right now. We have been for a while, and now it's before us. To open our hearts, to be open, to be available, to trust God, which is radical love in itself. It's radical to be able to just trust, to just take your hands off and just trust where we're being guided, where we're being led, and just allow ourselves to experience the transformation of God's love, to experience the transformation of radical love in our own lives. Let's take a breath again. You know, Jesus the Christ said that the first commandment is to love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, with all thy soul, with all thy mind. Love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, with all thy soul, with all thy mind. And for us, that means that we have to really come to know that God is first in our lives. Loving God is the first thing that we do. The first commandment is to love God and to really accept for ourselves that God is first in my life, second to none. God is first in my life, second to none. And that's how we start out practicing radical love. That's how we start out expressing radical love, is to recognize that one power and that one presence and that one mind and that one life that is our very life, and recognize it from a place of love and love that power, love that presence, love that source of our being. There's an agape choir song, I'm changed. That's the name of it, I'm changed. And it says, I'm changed, I'm changed. God is first in my life, second to none. Something's changed in me. It starts off with, don't know when this change happened, seems like overnight, but I'm rooted in the Spirit. I'm rooted in the Spirit. I can stand the rain. I'm rooted in the Spirit. I can stand the rain. And you know, when we are rooted in the Spirit, when we are rooted in God, when we are allowing God to be first in our lives, second to none, transformation happens. Transformation happens because we've thrown caution to the wind. And we are in that place where we are trusting God, where we are loving God, where we are knowing that the God is all there is, and we are experiencing that allness that is God, and allowing it to express fully in and through each one of us. That changes us. That transforms our lives. When we can say honestly, and this was very hard for me when I was going through practitioner training, when I first heard this song, God is first in my life, second to none. That made me just kind of draw up. Yes, I love God. First in my life, second to none. That means before everybody, everything, before my child, before my parents. You know, it was a very, very deep lesson for me. It was a very deep lesson. It wasn't an easy one. I had to really, and I all my life, I knew that I loved God. But when I had to really get to know that I love God, God is first in my life, second to none. It took me some time to get there. It took me some work to get there. And that I'm encouraging you to look at how you feel about that statement. God is first in my life, second to none. There's nobody, nothing that comes before God. There's nobody, nothing that comes before God. That takes a lot of spiritual work. That takes a lot of practice. That takes a lot of releasing and letting go. That takes a lot of opening. That takes a lot of trust when we can say, honestly, God is first in my life. That's what radical love is all about. That's what radical love is all about. And when we get to that point, transformation takes place. Our lives change in ways that we cannot even imagine at this point, in ways that we can't even imagine. So I'm encouraging you to really work with that. Really work with that. You may not be there, and you may not be there. If you are there, you may not be there all the time. Sometimes we have to remind ourselves, God is first in my life. God is first in my life. God is first in my life. Number one, God is first in my life, second to none. And so this is the beginning of practicing radical love at a deep, deep, deep level. God is first in my life, second to none. Let that be your mantra, and really see how you feel about that, and see what needs to be released so that you can really mean that, so that you can really live that, so you can really be with that. Just really be with that from the bottom of your heart. And yes, transformation will happen. Yes, you will be changed. Yes, you will be changed forever and ever and ever. And it's got to be changed for the better, as you know. It's got anything that is of God is for the better, always, always. And so the second commandment, as Jesus said, was loving thy neighbor as thyself. Loving thy neighbor as thyself. That means, really loving others, really, we've talked about this a lot, really accepting others as they are. We talked last week about acceptance. Really accepting others as they are, regardless, accepting what is regardless, and knowing that when other people don't act the way we'd like them to act, when they don't express things the way we'd like them to express, when they do things that hurt us, even just being in a place where we can love them through the process. We can forgive them. We can embrace compassion. We can embrace ease and flow and love, and just love them through whatever they're going through. Love them through being however they are. If they're being unkind, if they're being mean, if they're being hostile, whatever the case may be, that's on them. But if we can just maintain that love in our own hearts, loving others, loving others as we love ourselves, that would be really, really, really remarkable. That would be really, really, really radical, don't you think? Really, really radical. I saw a story a couple of weeks ago on one of the shows. It was called Brandon's Story. I think it was on CBS Mornings. And this woman, Chris, had been married to Brandon. They had been high school sweethearts. And at 21 years old, they got married. And they were married for 2 years before Brandon was in a car accident where a moving truck T-boned him in his car. And as a result, he suffered a traumatic brain injury. And he was in a coma for a long time, and he was unable to take care of himself at all. And his wife was there to take care of him. She said she went from wife to caregiver because she had to feed him. She had to take care of all of his needs. And he couldn't talk. He'd lost his memory. He had some type of amnesia. I can't remember the name of it now. But anyway, he had an amnesia, and she had to lift him. He couldn't do anything for himself. But she took care of him for 5 years. She had friends who came to her and said, you're wasting your life away. You're wasting yourself away. This isn't good for you to continue this way. You have to do something different. But she said, no, I have to take care of him. This is what I want to do. This is what I want to do, to take care of him as long as he lives. She began to realize after 5 years that she did want to have a life of her own. She did want to have a life where she could have love, experience love with someone who loved her, and she wanted to have children. So she decided to divorce Brandon and asked the court to make her his guardian. So she divorced Brandon, the court made her his guardian, and her new husband had to agree that Brandon could come to live with them. So Brandon came in to live with them. The new husband and wife took him in. The new husband took him in, and he became a part of their family. So the couple, the ex-wife, who is now the guardian, and her husband took care of Brandon. And they transformed, that's radical love. They transformed the meaning of blended family. They transformed the meaning of loving your neighbor as yourself. They transformed the meaning of till death do us part, in sickness and in health. When she agreed to take Brandon into her home, she said he was in her heart. She would never leave him. She would always take care of him as long as he lived. And so he became a part of their family. She then had 2 children with her new husband, her current husband, and all of them lived together or spend a lot of time together. The children call Brandon Uncle Brandon. The husband helps with feeding and taking care of his hygiene and everything. He now lives in a nursing home, but he comes, they pick him up and bring him into the home several times a week. And they are just one big family, one blended family. This is what radical love is all about. The wife says that she has to report to the court once a year to renew her guardianship papers and take pictures to the judge so the judge can see that he's really being taken care of. So she takes pictures of her family with him and just showing how happy they are together and all the things they do together as a family and how they are one big family. And she says that if her husband said that if anything happens if a miracle happens and Brandon all of a sudden gets better, all of a sudden recovers, that he wants his wife to be with Brandon because that was her first husband, that was her first love. And so he said, if the wife passes away before Brandon, the new husband, the current husband, will get guardianship of Brandon and will take care of him. This was so amazing, such a touching story. When I saw this, I watched it several times, and just to know that this kind of radical love can be expressed and experienced. And I'm sure that there are people all over the world who are doing things that really show what it means to love others as we love ourselves. But that particular story was just so moving to me. It was such an expression of how the love of God operates, how God operates in and through our lives, how God operates in and through everything, and how love is the most powerful force in the world. Love is the most powerful force there is. Love is the most healing power there is. Love is the most transforming power there is. And so when we can allow our hearts to be filled with love, when we can allow ourselves to really move out of that them and us mode, when we can allow ourselves to move out of that sense of separation and recognize that we are all one, we are all from the source, we are all from the same source, and know that we can love our neighbor as we love ourselves. And then we can really move through this life in a whole different way. Move through this life in oneness, move through this life recognizing that God is all there is, and recognizing that God is everywhere present, and recognizing that there's only one of us here. I don't care how many we may see, there's only one. There's only one of us here. And this is what radical love does for us. This is what radical love does for us. This is what radical love does for us. And so just take a breath a moment. And again, I always say to love your neighbor as yourself, we have to recognize that there's a presumption there that we're loving ourselves, So I'm inviting you to really practice radical self-love. Love yourself enough to practice good self-care. Love yourself enough to take good care of yourself. Good care of yourself starts with your spiritual practice. It always does. It starts with your really aligning yourself with your source, aligning yourselves with that one power and that one presence, aligning ourselves with that which is whole, which is perfect, which is complete. And that's how we get to be whole, perfect, and complete, because we are one with that. And so when we can align ourselves with that presence, when we can align ourselves with that through our spiritual practice, which takes us that's something that we have to do over and over and over again, then we really get to experience God's love. We really get to express God's love, which is our purpose for being here, is to express God's love. to express God's love, to express God's love according to our own uniqueness, and to recognize that everybody is expressing God according to their own uniqueness, according to their own uniqueness. And so this is how the transforming power of love happens. This is how the transforming power of love really moves us into a place where we can learn to love our lives, where we can dare to love our life, where we can dare to be as big as we want to be, where we can dare to live our lives out loud. We don't have to take a back seat or take a back step to anybody, where we can dare to be ourselves. Because you love your life, you can dare to be yourself. You can dare to be who you were created to be. You can dare to, as I said, live out loud. How wonderful is that? You can dare to be as creative as you want to be. You can dare to be as quiet as you want to be. You can dare to talk as much as you want to talk. You can dare to be whatever it is, however it is you want to express, however it is you are being called to express that power and that presence within you. Then that's how we get to love our lives. That's how we get to love our lives. And so I'm inviting us to really keep in mind. I mentioned the first and second commandment. I always mention the 11th commandment, thou shalt not compare. That's not good self-love. When you're comparing yourself to somebody else and how they're living their life and what they're doing, what their children are doing, and how their house looks, and all, that's not good self-care. And so I'm inviting you, remember, thou shalt not compare. Be yourself and love who you are. Be yourself and love who you are. Do what is before you to do. Do what is before you to do in each and every moment. Do what is before you to do. And that keeps us out of worry and anxiety when we're doing what's before us to do. Because if you're anxious about it, if you're worried about it, it's something that has not happened. It's not before you. If it's something that you're regretting, it's because it's something that happened in the past that you can't do anything about anyway. And that's not before you. So when we do what is before us to do, we stay in the present moment. We live in the present moment and we trust God, which is what I said about trusting God being really an example of radical love. When we are just taking off the controls, throwing caution to the wind and saying, God, I'm trusting you. God, I'm trusting you. That's my favorite affirmation. God, I'm trusting you. I've been using that for years. God, I'm trusting you. God, I'm trusting you. I taught it to my nieces and my nephews and my daughter, of course. God, I'm trusting you. And when after 9/11, when troops went to Afghanistan and we were told there were no troops in Afghanistan, my nephew was one of those who was not in Afghanistan when he was there, and he wrote to me and said, Sherry, I say, God, I'm trusting you every day. God, I'm trusting you all day. That's how he went through that time. God, I'm trusting you. And so I invite you to really just let that be a part of what you do, who you are, who you be, as you go through the days, as you go through your life. This is how we get to learn to really love our lives. God, I'm trusting you. God, I'm trusting you. That's good self-care because it takes a lot off. It takes a lot off our plate. It takes a lot off our minds. God, I'm trusting you. And so I'm inviting you to really, 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 really allow yourself to experience radical love. Allow yourself to express radical love. Allow yourself to be radical love and see how your life is transformed. God bless you. Let's turn within in this moment for prayer. Oh, so just moving into that place of knowing and sensing and feeling that presence of love itself, that power and that presence of love itself, that one power, that one presence, that one mind, that one life, that one intelligence, that one activity, that one breath, that one love that I choose to call God, that one that is the source of my being, that one that is my very life, that one that is the life of each one of us. And I just know absolutely that one is everywhere present, always, in the midst of everything, in the midst of every situation, in the midst of every circumstance, that one is. It is. And so just knowing this truth, I speak this word in this moment for Creative Living Fellowship. Just knowing that it is a divine idea, always has been a divine idea, remains a divine idea in the mind of God. God knows exactly what it is to look like, what it is to be like, how it is to unfold. And we just are grateful for having had the opportunity to experience, to be a part of the love that is Creative Living Fellowship. I speak the word for each and every person who is a part of Creative Living Fellowship, just knowing that each one is blessed and a blessing. Blessed and a blessing as they move through this time, as we leave this place, as we move forward on our journey. God has already gone before us, making straight our way. This is no surprise to God. There are no surprises to God. God already knows exactly what's going to happen, has gone before us, making straight our way in all ways, in all things, making the path straight for each and every one of us. God is supplying each and every need, no matter what we may call those needs. God is abundance and prosperity and health and love and light and joy and compassion. All of the gifts of the Spirit are ours now as we move forward, trusting God, knowing that all indeed is well, that the love of God is at the center of everything. The presence of God is in the midst of everything. Healing body temples, healing bodies of affairs, showing up as comfort and compassion and joy and love and love and love. And so we get to experience this radical love as we move forward, just knowing indeed that all is well, knowing that this word goes out to anyone needing a prayer this day. And I'm just going to pause momentarily so that you may speak the names of anyone you'd like held in prayer this day. You may speak their names silently or loud, and you may speak their names now. So for all those whose names are spoken here this day, I know that God is in the midst of everything, every situation, every circumstance, every event, and that healing is happening everywhere. This word goes out to anyone on this planet needing a prayer this day. It goes out to war-torn areas and places where there's famine, where there's chaos, any place. The peace of God is. The peace of God is. The love of God is. And I simply say, thank you, Father, Mother God, for the blessings. Thank you, Father, Mother God, for the lessons. Thank you, Father, Mother God, for everything. Thank you, Father, Mother God, for everything. Thank you, Father, Mother God, for the blessing of Creative Living Fellowship, the blessing that it has been in our lives, the blessing that it has been to life, and the consciousness of Creative Living Fellowship that goes forward, the consciousness of love, the consciousness of oneness goes forward, multiplied. Thank you, Father, Mother God. I simply allow it to be now. And so it is.
Thank you, Reverend Sherry, for sharing your radical love with this community. This is our conscious giving time, the time that we participate in the divine law of giving and receiving by giving of our tithes and offerings. We appreciate all of you who have joined in this sacred practice by giving of your tithes and offerings here at CLF over the years. We invite you to join in this practice with us this morning. I remind you that CLF is a tithing church. So as you give to CLF, we tithe 10% of our income to local nonprofit organizations that are serving our communities and making a real difference in the lives of real people and animals. Our 2024 third quarter tithe recipient is Paw Placement Animal Rescue, whose tagline is a helping hand for pets, and whose mission is to reduce the euthanasia of dogs and cats through rescue, adoption, and education about responsible pet ownership. We are pleased that we are able to support Paw Placement in its mission. For online giving, please click the donate link on our website or in the comments on our Facebook page. Or you may use your cell phone to text to give. The text to give phone number is on the screen. That number is 844-941-4360. Again, that number is 844-941-4360. Let us now repeat our offering blessing. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, all that I receive, and all that I circulate. Thank you, God, and so it is. Here again is Charity Lockhart with our offering music.
I'm not a stranger to the dark. Hide away, they say, 'cause we don't want your broken parts. I've learned to be ashamed of all my scars. Run away, they say, no one will love you as you are. But I won't let them break me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us, for we are glorious. When the sharpest words wanna cut me down, I'm gonna send a flood, gonna drown them out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me. Look out, 'cause here I come. And I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen. I make no apologies. This is me. Another round of bullets hits my skin. We'll fire away, 'cause today I won't let the shame sink in. We are bursting through the barricades and reaching for the sun. We are warriors, yeah, that's what we become. I won't let them break me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us, for we are glorious. When the sharpest words wanna cut me down, I'm gonna send a flood, gonna drown them out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me. Look out, 'cause here I come. And I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen. I make no apologies. This is me. This is me. I know I deserve your love. There's nothing I'm not worthy of. This is me. Look out, 'cause here I come. And I'm marching on to the beat I drum. Whoa, this is me.
Wow, thank you again so much, Charity. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful songs. Oh, let's all take a deep breath together. Just a few closing remarks that I have. Uh, I'd like to thank all the Creative Living Fellowship community for accepting me with your radical love as when I came in 2018 as the interim minister and then subsequently the senior minister here. I really appreciate all of you. I love all of you. I love this community dearly, and I will miss all of you so, so very much. I'd like to thank the amazing Sunday service team who has brought this service together in person and online, and then in person, and then online over the years. We have Nicole Jordan, who was the Sunday service director after we went online, after she was at first the youth minister. She was in charge of the youth ministry. And then when we went online, she started doing the online service for us. And that's been really, really great. Of course, Reverend Jorge is our staff minister. He has been here for 20 years at CLF, and that's just amazing. He came in 2004, 2003, 2004, and he's been here ever since. And he is really a tremendous support and a great friend, and I love him dearly, as I love all of you. And then there's Deborah Covington, who was our director of operations, and she'd been here for 14 years, and she now works with us on a different basis, but she's still a part of our team, a part of our hearts. And we love her dearly and thank her so much. And there are, of course, there's Fran Peck, who is Jill of all trades. She is my, she's self-designated security for me, she calls herself. She's been such a support and such a team member. She's a practitioner. She's the animal chaplain here, and she is on the board. She's the treasurer of the board, and whatever else Fran shows up for. And we love her and appreciate her so, so very much. Thank you, Fran, very, very much. And then, of course, there's Lori Murray, who is a practitioner, She's sort of an outreach practitioner now. She left and then she came back since we've been online, and she is holding High Watch for us today. And she holds High Watch for board meetings, and when we were back in person a few months ago, she was able to come to the Sunday service sometimes in person, but we can call on her anytime to hold High Watch or to pray with people, and she does that. So thank you, Lori Murray. We really appreciate you. And I hope I'm not leaving anybody off. I said Nicole Jordan, but she's been here a long time too. She's been here since 2010, I think. And she's now my assistant, and oh, she's such a godsend. I couldn't do many things without her bugging me all the time. So thank you, Nicole. I really appreciate you. And I think that is all. Just thanks to the congregation, those of you who have supported and loved Creative Living Fellowship over the years with your attendance, your offering, your volunteerism. We really appreciate you. We really love you. And I know that God goes before you, making straight your way, and that you are so blessed and a blessing wherever you are, wherever you go, whatever your next step is, whatever your new beginning looks like. God bless you all. I don't think I have anything more to say, except, I'm going to always remind you to use the treatment for supply, whether we are in having service or not, because it works, whether we're having service or not. It really works. So I encourage you to use it as a part of your regular practice. I encourage you to use the prayer for our country as a part of your regular practice, and using your own prayer for the country also. And I'm looking at notes to see did I leave anything off? I don't think I did. Take good care of yourself, take good care of each other, stay in touch with each other, stay in touch with me. I love getting emails and comments and text messages and all. And know that our practitioners are practitioners, whether we are having service or not, they are still practitioners. So if you need prayer, don't walk around with a heavy heart. Make sure that you reach out to a practitioner. Make sure that you reach out to me. Make sure you reach out to a Reverend Jorge. Reach out to someone who can walk with you through whatever it is you're walking through, and just hold a space for you, and just see the truth for you when you can't see it for yourself, and speak the word for you. So make sure that you reach out to Reverend Jorge, who's waving at us here this morning. So So I think that's all I have. We have the, let me see. Closing song, I release and let go. Unless there's somebody who wants to say something while we're here. Those who are on Zoom. Okay, that's it. Thank you all. I love you all. Take good care and be good to yourselves. Dare to love your life. Dare to love your life. You deserve it. Dare to love your life. Here's our closing song, I release.
I release and I let go. I let the Spirit